Hey everyone, it's Kim, Angel Dream Crafts, and I'm here with my first design team project for Craft Supplies for You for the month of July. And this time I have made a little fairy wall hanging and some fairy flowers, which I'll share with you in a minute. This is the little wall hanging that I created, and I used this beautiful Battenberg heart doily from the KS4U store, and these actually are in the store now. I believe there's still some left, even with the sale going on. I love the Battenberg that Julie has in her store, and I love the heart shape. Um, so I wanted to do something fun and special with this, so I decided to make a little fairy wall hanging with it. So what I did was, like I said, I started off with the Battenberg heart doily, and then on the back, I cut a piece of this white sort of velveteen fabric that I have in the same shape, and then I put a piece of felt in between, and that sort of made it thick enough and stable enough that it would lay flat on a wall. Then I used this really pretty tulle trim from the KS4U store in this off-white color, and I used some ribbon from my stash as a hanger and a little piece of a bridal applique that's from KS4U, from a bigger piece. So on the front, once I had my base made and the tulle around the edge, I added my fairy image here, which I really love this pretty little image here. They're called the Sweet Pea Fairies. And I added this beautiful pink trim on the bottom from KS4U right here. And I used 3 pieces of that just going along the bottom. And then I used 2 bridal appliques from KS4U, and these are sort of, they're sold in a pair and they sort of mirror each other. So I put those on either side. And then these pieces here that are wings, these were gifted to me from Olivia. Hey Olivia. And I cut them out and made them into like little wings just to mimic the fairy wings, and they're really pretty. They've got pearls and beautiful little ribbon embroidery on them, so they're super pretty. And then in the center of that I used just some eyelash trim and one of the loopy flowers. And then up here I used a couple more of the pink loopy flowers and a butterfly from my stash. And then I cut up another applique from KS4U, and it had these little white flowers on it. So I put some on this side and a couple on this side, and then I just added a couple of the little pink clay flowers. And it didn't take very long for this to come together. This was gifted to me from Crystal. Hey Crystal, this beautiful trim. So I used that around the image, but that's basically what I did. And it was, like I said, fairly quick to put together, but I think it came out really super pretty. I love the heart shape. And I love using, of course, the loopy flowers and the little wings and this really pretty trim here at the bottom from KS4U, this beautiful pink dangle trim. So that's the wall hanging. And then I decided I wanted to make a few flowers, and I've called these fairy flowers because they're so big and so poofy. So that's what I'm kind of calling them. And I'll show you these 3 first. This one I used some of the pink tulle trim from KS4U, and this beautiful pearl piece in the center is also from KS4U. I just gathered them up, and then this was a trim that was gifted to me from a friend. So that's this first piece. I love these pearl pieces from Craft Supplies for You. They're one of my favorite pieces to use. But I just love the tulle trim because it's a double trim, and you can, of course, make it puffy. I just love how they came out. And then this one I did in white, and this lace is from Craft Supplies for You. Julie has a really big selection of gathered lace and flat laces, and this one here is just a flat lace from KS4U, but it's nice and stiff, so when you gather it, it really keeps it shaped nicely. So I really like that about that. And then I've used more of the white tulle trim, and then this was just some fabric I had in my stash that was left over from the underskirt of a wedding dress, and I gathered a piece. I just folded it over and gathered it, and then I made a tiny rolled rose and put that in the center. So that's that one. And then here again is another flat lace from KS4U here. Again, it's nice and stiff, so it keeps its shape. And then this piece here, this polka dot trim, is also from Craft Supplies for You, as is this beautiful rose trim that I made a couple of dangles out of, just to come down the center there. And then this piece here in the middle is from KS4U, and this comes in a pair. One is pink and one is white, and it's got all these beautiful little rhinestones in the center. You can see it's pretty sparkly. So that's those three right there. And then last but not least, I made this one. And this one's got lots of dangles and things on it, and there's all kinds of goodies on here from KS4U, starting with the beautiful bling piece in the center, which is fairly new in Julie's store. She has this piece, and then she has a dangle piece, another one that's just like this, but it has a dangle on the bottom. So that's from KS4U, and this piece here in the lavender is from one of the larger panel laces that Julie carries in her store. It's in a beautiful lavender color. So that's a piece of that I cut up. The doilies are from KS4U in her doily packs that she sells. And then this trim here is another flat lace from KS4U. And that's a doily from KS4U. This one was crocheted. And I'm either Karen or Siobhan sent me that quite a while ago, so I used that under there, and then this lavender trim was from my stash. And then on the bottom I've just used some seam binding and ribbon and just some lace I had in my stash for the dangles. So that's that nice big flower, and the person who's getting it can hang it on their wall. I put a little hanger on the back for them. So there's that one. And then this one, and I'm calling these my fairy flowers just because they're kind of happy and remind me of fairies. So those are my flowers and my wall hanging right here. So I hope that you will go over and check out all the beautiful items you can get at Craft Supplies for You. Julie's got a huge selection going on right now, and today is the last day for the 30% off sale that she's got going on. So get over there if you haven't already and check out the sale, because you know you can get these things at 30% off, which is a very good deal. So I hope you guys are all having a great weekend, and the links for Craft Supplies for You will be in the description box, and I will be back soon. Bye guys.